Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bimmer Barn. In today's episode, we're going to be working on my friend Mark's E34 535i, and specifically we're going to be replacing all of the door panels on the car, as well as fixing a very common issue with the door lock actuators that makes them stuck. So on one of the rear doors, the door won't open because it's stuck in a locked position, and on the other door in the rear of the car, the door actually won't lock, and for that reason it opens whenever. So it doesn't work with the locking system. It's kind of annoying to have on the car, these two issues. So we're specifically going to be replacing both of those rear door lock actuators, and since one of the doors is sealed completely shut, we're going to have to destroy the door panel that is holding that thing together. So that's why we bought full set of 4 door panels to replace today. They're in much better condition than the blue ones that are on the car. They're a slightly different shade of color, but I think they're really going to clean up the interior of the car and make it seem a lot newer. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get right to work. So I'm now going to demonstrate what exactly the problem is, because you can have a couple different variations of this issue with your door lock actuators on an E34 or on any BMW, obviously. So you want to make sure that you have the right part to solve the right problem. Going and trying to lock the door, the first thing that we notice is that we get some noises going. So the good thing is that the driver's lock locked, and it looks like the passenger's lock locked as well. This one right here did not move, and the one over there did not move as well. So the rear passenger and the rear driver door locks don't move. So the next thing that we try is manually unlocking. The problem with this door is that it doesn't manually unlock at all, and it won't even open from the inside or the outside of the car. And then on this side, the door does open, but it will never lock. So the problem here is that whether you pull or push down on this actuator that goes to the door lock right here, it will not lock in any position that leaves your car, safe. So front door, like we said, works fine. And when we pull on the door from the inside, it's locked. And then of course we have that manual disengage that we can do. So just some things to keep in mind, but in our scenario here, we're going to be replacing both of the electrical actuators because those are both causing the problems. That door is stuck in a locked position, and this door is stuck in an unlocked position. So both of these are problems that you don't want to have. Let's go ahead and see if we can start working on the car here and get both of them solved. Now, as you can see, this door is already torn apart because I had to check and see which sort of door lock actuator we have. There are actually 2 different types. There's this type where you can see the physical arm that locks and unlocks. And then there's another type which is located a little more upper here. It's got kind of like a box orientation that sits on the door actuator, and that is a different style. So I'm not sure if you can retrofit one to the other, if they'll both work. But I went ahead and pulled this door apart to check, and I found these ones, and I'm going to put a part number to this one in the description below, so that way if yours looks similar, you'll be able to change yours out pretty easily as well. Now here are the door panels that we're going to be installing. All these black ones that you can see right here, they look really good. And behind I have the blue door panel from the car, and you can see that especially along the top, there's a very minor difference in color and shading between the black and the blue. Along the bottom, the main body of it, you can tell it's a different shade clearly, but the black looks so good and crisp. I figured that this would look a lot better in the car, make it more enjoyable for the next person to drive if they didn't have to look at all the stuff that's falling apart on these panels here. So you can see they're definitely falling apart. Even the new ones that we have to install from the junkyard, they're not in the best condition, but with a little bit of glue and finesse, I guess, we're gonna go ahead and install them in the car. I think it's gonna look really good. So now we've got that old actuator out, and as you saw, it kind of leaked some fluid there. But it's held in by just a couple of screws. You can see the door lock, how it would hold those screws in right there. And then you've got the electrical connector at the back end, and that has to be pried open. Looks like this thing's wet too, so we're probably gonna have to air dry this thing and maybe spray some silicone grease in there, because that's gonna help with reducing moisture and rust building up in the future. But yeah, anyways, got the thing off, not too difficult, and when we finally got it loosened, we just pulled it up and away from the door lock. So we're gonna install the new one the same way and put this thing in, and then we'll try it out, and then we'll move on to destroying that door so that we can hopefully get it fixed as well. All right, we've successfully got our door lock actuator installed, brand new on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna test out the door now. So as you can see, it's clearly open. Oh, locked, I mean. Uh-oh. See if we can open it. So that's locked position. That is open position. She opens up, and now let's lock her up. Locked and loaded. Look at that, guys. Sweet. First one done, in the books. Let's go ahead and put a door cover on this thing really quick, because I want to show you guys. Well, I want to see what they look like installed. So let's do that now. Obviously, I need to go unlock the door, and actually, I might be able to unlock it from the inside if I do that. Pull this one, and there you go. All right, let's install a door panel. Alright, door is fully installed. I'm very happy with the fit. It's held in by just a couple of clips on this side and one on that side, but what's really important is that central clip that holds the door from the middle here. Now you see that there's this little loose piece of leather. I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that in a second. But otherwise, really happy with the condition of this door. Got all of our hardware on. These are held in by just a Phillips head screw here behind a little cover, and here behind this cover, and you've actually got one more screw that's behind this ashtray right here, and then you've got few clips around the outside, and you're going to try to pull the door out and up, and that's how it's going to release. Now I know we have a little scuff mark right here, that's all it is, but we're gonna save it to the end. We're gonna clean all 4 door panels once we've got all of them installed. And as you can see, the color difference, not too noticeable, not too shabby at all. Now, of course, with the key inserted, we can go ahead and move that window. The window wasn't working before because we didn't have the connector connected for the window switch, but now that that's on, it works fine. Just want to show you guys that. So unfortunately, what we're gonna have to do to get this door open is we're gonna have to peel this door cover off while the door is still closed. Very kind of destructive, I guess you could say. But actually, that door panel that we installed right there, that one was on a door that was locked closed as well, so I had to pull that one, and that's how I figured out the kind of a method I'm going to show you guys. Really, to get this door panel off without damaging it too bad, you're going to want to pull it from the center with all the screws off, and then shimmy it upwards, and that's going to break most of the clips on it, but at the same time you'll be able to get it out, and replacing those clips is going to solve your problem, hopefully. Now, these doors are really old, so obviously as they're falling apart, they're going to you know, fall apart. But the best thing that you can do is try to buy some clips, and if you're stuck in this situation, you probably don't have any other choice other than to destroy the door panel. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to try to get this thing apart, and then we'll replace the door lock actuator and put our new door panel in. Well, unfortunately, I must have encountered some dumb luck getting this thing out at the junkyard, because today was not my lucky day. You can see a little bit of damage on this thing, a tear along the back side. Most of this is still reusable though, I'd say. If you could, you know, if this was your only door panel, you could probably get back in place and have it looking half bad. But yeah, this thing is probably no good no more, and we're gonna go ahead and put it aside along with all the other original door panels that came on this car, so that way if the next owner wants to keep them and have them redone, then they have that option. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get that door lock actuator off so we can actually open this door now. Got it. Fresh air. Oh my God, we did it. Our new door lock actuator is installed. Let's see if it works. So that's locked. We saw it's clearly locked. Uh-oh, that's good. Ew! It works. That's super cool. I know Mark's had this problem for years now of this door not opening, and I'm sure he's gonna be happy now that he knows that it works. And so, very cool. Next thing that we're gonna do is put on our new door panel, and then we're gonna do the front door panels as well. And then we're going to clean some of the inside of the car here. I just want to explain for those of you doing this at home, most BMW doors are going to have a clip system like this. It's a plastic retainer and a metal clip that's part of the body of the door. So the reason that you're pulling up on the door panel when you're removing it, even after you've got all the upper clips disengaged as well as the plastic lower clips, is because this clip here, this plastic piece, has to stay with the door, and it actually slides off of the door panel down out of this U-shaped bracket. So when you go to reinstall your door, you need to squeeze the metal retainer, and that'll have the plastic piece come off, and then you need to reinsert it in the door in order to get this thing up. And that's gonna hold a lot of the weight when you pull straight on the door, and then you've got the screws up here that are going to hold the door from the top of the handle, so that it's going to feel really firm when you pull on it. Now, the rest of the door clips are basically broken on the old door and the new door, so I'm not going to worry about those too much because it seems like the old door was held in pretty fine, and the one over there seems really good. So I think it's going to be secure enough, and it's going to look really good. So just want to give you that pro tip, and let's get back to putting this door on. So I've got a little trick to getting this to stick back on, because most tapes won't hold this on. I tried using a piece of double-sided tape and it didn't hold it on. So I'm gonna try something else right now. Let me go grab it. With the help of my trusty hot glue gun, let's see if this works. Good glob of it. Smack her on there. Maybe a little more. Put that on. Please hold. So with a little bit of luck, this will hold, and hopefully hold good. It looks like hot glue is what keeps the original doors together, so probably some other type of glue, honestly. But we're gonna try this, and hot glue is great because it dries quickly. Now, hot glue is great because it dries quickly, so after a couple minutes, seconds of waiting, you can kind of test it, try to lift it up. And it looks like it's holding, honestly. So I'm gonna let that be and not really press my luck. We could probably put a little bit in the corner down here. Let me see if I can get some. And yeah, I think that will have fixed this door panel really well. So there you go. All of our door panels are installed. Now we are going to be cleaning the interior a little bit and getting a couple of odds and ends tidied up. But otherwise, this thing is looking a ton better from the inside, and I don't think that the doors mismatch at all. I mean, really can't tell that there's a big difference.
Eventually.
And bam, just like that, the car is clean again, almost as good as new. Mark is an animal person just like myself, so we had some lingering white dog hairs from his beautiful little pet, but looks like we got most of them out. Just a little bit of muddy marks, it looks like, on the carpet. I'm sure that would come out really easily with some carpet shampoo. Same thing here in the front. We got that little kicker panel installed and this piece of trim, and the carpets are in great condition. Besides on the driver's side, that's where it looks like there's a hole that was worn in. And you know, there's not much you can do about that. You know, it's worn in from this car being a driver. Obviously, I would personally buy a set of OEM floor mats and try to fit them in there, and that would cover up the hole and make the carpets look really good. But otherwise, you know, like I said, it looks really good in here. I also use my goat hair brush and some glass cleaner to clean the trim and the center console and things that you typically touch and that grab dust. So everything is like dust free here in the car, and our door panels have soaked up that leather conditioner really well already. You could probably do another layer if you wanted, but I'm a little bit low on that stuff, so we're gonna hold off for now. The rear seat, got that clipped into place great. So before it was kind of hanging up, but it's just really stubborn to get it clipped down into its spot. So that is all done. Interior is mint, and our locking system works. This door opens, so this car is done as far as interior work. So there you have it. The car looks 100% better in the interior because we don't have any more dirty carpets, anything like that. The door panels are in much better condition than the ones that were on the car before. And now all of the locking system works. So now Mark and the next owner can go ahead and lock the car safely and know that all the doors will be shut. So go ahead and leave a like on the video down below. Drop a comment what you think of the E34 5 series, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't yet. I hope everyone has an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next video.